Well, hello and welcome to day 9 of the self journey. Yes, I am a quitter. And today was a very interesting day. Today, I was able to experience a session with the forgiveness method. And it was really intriguing actually because it started off, with don't pick somebody that you're really in with at the moment. Don't pick somebody that's kind of like, just pick someone that's in the middle. And it was interesting because this week I've had a few little head clashes with my eldest daughter, and they're generally around the same sort of things. It's when she gets really frustrated, and when she gets frustrated, she gets like these blinkers on, and it's like, it's everybody else's fault, and she doesn't take responsibility, and it's like she doesn't learn from the past. She blames everybody else. She yells at me to make me feel like I'm hated, or that I'm an unworthy mom, or that I'm just, and it, really gets to me. And so today that was what we worked on in the forgiveness. And it was really interesting because it made me search a lot deeper. And there was a point in there that I just didn't get it. Like, I couldn't see myself there. And when someone said, well, you got a big ego if you can't see that in yourself right now. And I kind of was thinking, I don't have a big ego. I just don't see this. I'm not that. I don't behave like that. And then it was like, well, it's not about the behavior. It's not about the behavior. You've accepted that that's how you used to behave at a lot younger age, and at the same sort of thing, and even 20 years ago. But it's not about the behavior. It's these feelings. It's how this makes you feel. We're going to go back. We're going to try and find where else and what situations you feel like this, and who with, and then you're going to see that you also have that in you. And that's where it clicked for me, because at first I was just like stuck in this frame of, yeah, but I'm not throwing things and screaming and yelling and, abusive and just going batshit crazy, blaming everybody else. And, I've done so much work, and I felt kind of like I was being slapped in the face, being told that I haven't grown, which kind of hurt. And then when it was explained a little bit differently, it clicked for me, and I was like, okay, now I get it. And I was able to go through and go, okay, in this situation, I feel like this, and in this situation, I feel like this, and in this situation, I feel like this. And that's where it all came together. And I realized, shit. Wow. The reason my daughter is here and the reason why we go through this is because she's teaching me. This isn't about her. This is about the way I need to learn. And now that I understand that we do this dance together for her to learn and grow, and for me to learn and grow in our own ways, is that I'm so much more thankful. It took a lot to search myself there and embrace the fact that, you know what? Yes, I can see these things in myself. I can see them. And I learned that it's okay. I learned that that's the reason why we're in this dance together. I learned that everything is the way it is and the way it should be, and is perfect the way it is. I've learned that I'd been looking at it the wrong way, and that I needed to change my focus. And I learned how to forgive her, and I learned how to forgive myself. And that was a pretty incredible feeling, to be able to search all these emotions and all these things that were going on for me, how I feel with her, to embrace where I feel them with other people, and that I'm still experiencing them myself, and I haven't moved on from them. To understand that these are lessons for me, really strong lessons, and they hit home a lot. And to forgive was just, it was nice. It was really, really heartfeltly nice to be able to forgive her and forgive myself on a deep level of understanding that everything is perfect the way it is, and it's just our perceptions that alter things, and that we are a mirror of what we're experiencing. We just don't want to admit it, and subconsciously we try to hide it from ourselves. So it's nice. And it's interesting how at times I still take the opinions of others and take them to heart, kind of like external gratification or external validation, should I say, when I know that really that just hurts me more than anything else, and I don't need that. But I guess that's where today's little daily mantra comes in, because it says there are more than 7,655,521,448 people in the world. Don't let the opinion of one stop you from chasing your dreams. And that's from Jay Shetty, which I'm sure most of you know. It is simple and it's powerful. It's a sobering thought, but you've got this. And the affirmation was, my opinion of myself is the only one that matters the most. And I kind of was going through that today in the forgiveness process, because when I started off the forgiveness process and I was talking about how when my daughter behaves in that manner and screams and yells, I feel like I'm an unworthy mother. I feel like I'm an unworthy teacher. I feel like I have failed her as being a mother, or failed her as being a teacher. And now that we've gone through this forgiveness process, I realized I haven't, and that was just a limitation I was putting on myself from the perception that I was perceiving that was her opinion, when really it's not her opinion at all. And to learn that was incredible. So to be able to forgive myself for feeling that way was beautiful. And what was really cool was that I came upstairs from after the session and walked in, and she's got a younger brother and sister, and they're pulling her room apart and reorganizing. Fair enough, my hallway was a mess, but I took a deep breath and let it go, and it was just beautiful to lay here and listen to them working together, and no fighting, no arguing, no yelling, no screaming. It was just beautiful. And I felt like, I don't know, it felt like the whole forgiveness thing had worked, because I hadn't asked her to touch her room, and the next minute she was doing it after I'd just done a forgiveness session for forgiving her for the way we butt heads about stuff like that. Beautiful. And a couple of hours later, when I'd heard her getting a little frustrated, I thought to myself, well, it's gonna happen. So instead of letting it happen, I went in and said to her, I'm so proud of you. I think it's absolutely beautiful and amazing what you've done today. You've achieved so much. And I think it's great. But right now, why don't we just clear the hallway, make a pile over there, and tomorrow you can finish it off. And for now, you can just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Wow, how powerful that was. That was really powerful. Really powerful. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully it should work out just as the way it has today, because we've worked on the forgiveness, and we can continue our dance by learning new things with each other, and new appreciations and new lessons of forgiveness, Because at the end of the day, what we see in others, we don't see in ourselves. That's the problem. We see these other things in other people and we blame other people when realistically it's actually deep down, it's in our subconscious. It's happening inside us. And that's why it's mirroring in our life. And I'm going to admit right now, that's really fucking hard to accept. It's really hard to accept. Really, really hard. But once you understand it, and you understand it's not there for punishment, it's there for you to learn, you need to embrace it. And once the forgiveness starts to happen, incredible things follow. So thanks for joining me today. Tomorrow's a new day. And still no smoking. Might have fucked up Sunday, but still no smoking now. I learned that lesson and I have forgiven myself. We have moved on and there has been no more smoking. So that's a bonus. And, well, day 2 of lockdown. Actually, day 1 of lockdown, because yesterday lockdown started. It didn't start at 5 p.m. So this is technically kind of day 1 of lockdown. That's okay. We'll see how far we get. Alrighty. See you later.